down here back again with the HP server, my new HP server. Let me check my sound. Okay, got good sound and everything. Okay, so it's running right now on Fedora 29 Mate, Live Mate, Fedora 29 Live Mate desktop on the SD card inside of the box there. They got an SD card slot in there. It was actually put on the SD card in a USB adapter with the SD card in a USB adapter, and then I tried to boot it that way, but it wouldn't boot to it that way. Well, actually, my SD card, it's actually the plastic is breaking on it, and I have another my SD card adapter. I have another one, and I thought it was. I quit using it because it was getting read errors. I thought, but evidently it just doesn't work at all because I kept trying it and it wouldn't work. So I don't want. I'm going to have to put some super glue on this other one or something. It peeled one side of it back. It's real thin plastic. Now I'm coughing. But so anyway, I don't know if that affects the way the operating system runs. It might point to different. I was afraid it might point to different places for things. Being in a USB slot instead of a SD card slot. But it running fine, other than it's not getting the right size on the video. I can't see the whole screen. I always have to cough right when I need to talk. Okay. So I've been, I've got 2 other videos this evening on it, and so now what I'm going to do, I'm trying to see if I connect to the iLo adapter, and the iLo adapter. Normally I start on cam 1, and that's what I started on, but that's the server, not me this time. The iLo adapter, you can use a web interface to administrate it, turn it on, turn it off, do a lot of things. There's a whole lot of things you can do, but I was trying to learn how to get into it, and I tried just going to the IP address, and I saw in there's actually this is a PDF manual for the iLo adapter. So it's everything you could need. I tried that, and then I saw a port in there, and I tried that, and I still can't connect to it. I've got in my router, I've got 2 IP addresses for it that are showing up, and the 0.191 and then the 0.114, and it says localhost live, so I know that's my Fedora 14, and I tried them both anyway. And the 114 address, it tries to connect and then says can't connect right immediately. So that tells me from experience that that's the operating system is just not allowing it to connect, but it did see the operating system. On the other one, it goes and goes and goes, and then it finally says it can't do it. And that usually means you're not serving up anything at all. So I think I need to go into the, you have to press, I found in the manual, you have to press F8. I'm going to get on my, my camera too, so I can see the monitor when it boots up. And then I'll switch over to the machine on the KVM switch and reboot it and press F8. And that should get me into that iLo setup. Oh, let me switch to the lapel mic. Oh yeah. Before I'll switch to the lapel mic. I'm going to show you the noise. Show you the noise level. Let's see, what am I doing now? Yeah, okay. Lapel mics. I have 2 lapel mics. They're dual lapel, so I can still talk while one is listening. I don't know if you can hear it now. I'll be quiet, and I'll get closer and closer to it. That's right behind the power supplies. That's over the top of the middle. That's in the front where the air inlet is. And that's in the front over by the hard drives. Now, see, I haven't even seen the hard drives. They don't show up in the live Fedora, which once I saw that, I thought, oh yeah, they wouldn't until you you set them up with the RAID controller. They're probably just empty, and so you need to put them in a pool or a whatever different things. There's 2 or 3 different things they call them. Today I was looking at something and it called it a pool. So. And I guess you can, yeah, I think you can do it straight on, since I'm, have the machine right here with me. I think I could do that by just hitting the right function key, F key, on boot. But I want to know how to do the iLo because I'm probably going to have it out in the garage. That's not very loud. I mean, I don't know if I be quiet. If you hear that sound up here, I don't know if you do or not, because I do have a compressor on these mics. You probably have to be closer for it to pick up. But for instance, the laptop is, usually don't hear it, but it's getting a little, I can hear the fan on that. I'll get close to it. That's the back of it. Now here's over the keyboard, warming up too. It's about the same noise level right now to me in the room as the server, but the server has a kind of a droning machinery sound to it. Sounds sort of like a generator running in the background or something, which is just those 6 or 8 fans. I forgot how many now. So anyway, it's saw the temperature of it earlier, but it was 70. It was running at 73 to 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's with it 81 degrees in this room. And I had, obviously it's cooler in the floor. That's where my thermometer setting up on the desk, and outside it's 64 on the on the internet. And let's see what it is here on my outdoor thermometer. But I had a fan running to keep me. I got the window open, getting some fresh air in here, and I had a fan, a regular house, house fan, about a 10-inch fan running, and that thing is loud. It was louder than this thing. But still, now that nothing's running, I wouldn't want to hear that all the time. I'd love to have it in here, but it's 62 out here at my house. Up in town, it's 64. So, outside. But unless I could figure out a way to muffle the sound, like cover it with something, build a box around it or something. But then I would have to exhaust it. The heat will probably come in worse than anything. 2 6-core processors. I would have to build me a duct system to send the heat out the window or something, really do some work. I've thought about doing that for years for my PCs, but I never did do it. But anyway, now that I'm finally not having to run one of those loud heat-making desktops from a server, I'm running that Acer laptop. Of course, that hard drive could fail at any time. It's quiet, doesn't make me hot. Actually, been chilly at night. But this is a real server, and I got so tired of everything breaking. I have a bunch of old machines that I like to mess with, but depending on them, sucks. The only thing I worry about putting it out in the garage is, well, I can't connect. See, if I can connect directly to it, I can put a video card in it and use it like a regular desktop, and have like a 2 gigabyte video card. Otherwise, I'll just have to probably use hypervisors and set up whatever operating systems I want, like a server and Fedora and maybe even a Windows. I just might play with stuff too, with it out in the garage, and then I'll just give RAM to it for the video. But that should be fine for me. I don't game or anything like that, so that should be just fine. I've only got 256 megabytes on this Lenovo L5 that I'm streaming from, and I'm always having to reboot it just to watch videos and stuff. But anyway, excuse me. I did. I wanted to have that like that and so you could see where I had the mics, but I told you where I had it. I'm tired now. I do that all the time anyway, mess up. Okay, because this is what I was fixing to do, is boot it up, and so I was getting ready. Okay, so I'm going to get over here on the KVM switch and get on it. And I'm going to Yeah, now I should be able to. Well, I should see the Fedora live Fedora system that I'm running there, which I do. And so that's what's on the SD card. Now, later probably will go ahead and install something on it. Maybe it'll. Well, first let's see if the iLo adapter is the key to my. Let's see. I just realized I need to write down. What did I do with the pen? There it is. F8. There on boot. Okay. And port, let's see, remote port 85. Yeah. Here we go. I'm gonna put it down here. At least that's what I understood. And IP. I've been going through the iLo manual and I got a better understanding, but there's so many options. I'm still not quite sure what I need to do. A lot about setting static IP addresses, but I can do that in my router because it has an IP address, and if I will get it where I can use it, I'll set it static. So I'm going to restart. And press F8 when it comes up. And then we should go right into the iLo utility, setup utility. It's called something RD something. I guess it'll be on there when we get in there. Takes a bit, takes a little while to, it's not like a desktop, just, it's like a slow desktop, I guess, as far as rebooting. I lost F8. When I see the kind of a backlight come on the screen and a little red line on the right, I know it's getting ready to show something, so I'll start hitting F8. But it's really not as loud as some of my desktops. It's just a different tone. So really, and I think the only place I could put it in here in my rack is, well, I could put it anywhere, I guess, if I can pick it up high enough. But I think where I would want it is in the bottom of the rack. That way the noise is, not up above level with my bed or my chair or anything. Because if it's going to be a server and a desktop for me, then it would be running 24/7, 365 days a year. And but yeah, if I could, I mean, I could muffle the sound a lot probably just by, putting something over it, building a wooden box or something, or maybe getting some sound deadening material to put over it. Oh, I just thought of something. No, I just have a couple of pieces. I have some. One good thing to deaden sound is it's taking a while. It's still a green light on the front. I think it's just taking longer than I remember. Did I hit shutdown? I didn't hit reboot. I hit shutdown. It's not coming back up. You got your brain turned half off here. Okay, let's get over here. Yeah, it's green, but it's not. Oh, well, if it's green, it should be in the middle of rebooting, though. Maybe I did hit reboot. Because if it was shut down, it'd be yellow. There it is. So I did hit reboot. There it is. Get back over here. F8. Hurry up and do it before it's too late. F8 before it's too late. F7, F8, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess it probably won't take it until you get to that point where it does put up a message. It says it's 75 degrees still. F11 for boot menu. Okay, see, it started beeping at me when right after the F11. There we go. Okay, F9 set up. Okay, next stream 3 Ethernet boot agent. Oh, I should have hit F9, I guess. No, it went in there. Okay, but it's still cut off. Okay, so it's up saying defaults. It's just like BIOS. But this is integrated lights out. This is iLo. Okay, this is not regular BIOS. So I can't read the first one. Integrated lights out, settings, configure, user, network, something and TCP, NS and DHCP. Maybe that's what it needs to be. Let's see, DHCP on. Yeah, I want that. And NS name. That is not the same as on the tag at all. I don't know the significance of the DNS name. I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to... Could change it. It's something I would... See, how do you get down there? Oh, with the arrow keys. Oh, and the fans don't seem to be being controlled as much now that I'm in here. They're getting louder. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. I could change that right there. I could put it whatever I wanted, but I don't know what you do with the DNS name default. Default is, now then, whoops, DNS in setup. Maybe I better start a whole new sticker. I'm going to run out of room before I even get started writing. Yeah, it's getting louder and louder. Just like they were showing in some of those videos. Okay. In setup, DNS name. Well, DHCP on. Oops, I keep writing the wrong letters. Yeah, now it's making that louder, higher pitched sound. Oh, it's really getting up there. So I think the iLo is what manages the power and everything. It's not doing anything while I'm in the setup. Gotta hurry up now. Yeah, somebody set this up, I think. Okay. Now I'm gonna save it just like it is because I want to wait until I F10 save until I completely understand it a lot better. I might not be. I mean, I might put something in there. I might want to put something in there much simpler, but then again, if that could ever be seen on the internet, maybe I want something pretty complicated like what's in there. Okay. User add, remove, edit. Settings, configure. Let's go to user first because that was the first thing you needed to do. Okay. Well, I'm going to make me a user. Uh-oh, I can't see the whole thing. Username. Oh, it probably says admin name. Okay, now then. Administer user super accounts, yes. Remote console, yes. Virtual media, yes. Power reset, yes. Yeah, everything, yes. Okay, F10. Boy. I did not write that password I made down as I was doing it, and I'm like, oh, did I get it? What exactly was it? Okay, so you can edit users. Let's see. Yeah, administrator. Oh, okay. So there's administrator, which is the default with the password that's on the sticker, which I don't know. That could have been changed even, but I went ahead and made me one, so now I know I can get in there as that. And there's another one called NYX admin and ADMIN. Now those I probably want to take out of there. Yeah. So, whoops. Remove a user. First I want to wait and see. Just get it going first, and then I'll go back and clean it up. Configure. Okay. Functionality enable. ROM-based setup utility enable. iLo RBSU login. Oh, it's disabled. Okay. And I can't see the beginning of it is the problem. Let's try CLI. Maybe I'll be able to. Oh. CLI status enabled, auth required. CLI speed bits a second. Okay. So, yeah, I need to enable. That's why I couldn't get in there. I don't know if you have to type it or what. I guess you have to type it. How do you enable it? I can't. You just use like in BIOS. You know, you can do up and down arrow keys or right and left arrow keys. iLo during post, IP during post enabled. Let's see. Something to change this setting. I think maybe I need to find out how to get into BIOS so I can read the screens in here. Okay. Something iLo 3 RBSU login. This is what I'm in, the RBSU. Yeah, you don't really need it. I think it's probably wire or something. I don't need that to log into this part here. This is the setup utility for iLo. I just want to be able to get into iLo. Okay, now. Integrated light cell. Firmware, Aqua 2210. Oh, so this thing was made in 2010 probably. And maybe before. Firmware 1.5. I won't go into all of that. Okay, so the settings. Everything's enabled except for probably wire iLo 3 RBSU login. And I don't see an obvious way to change it. You can't type there. You see a blinking cursor, but that's it. It does say something CE to change this setting. I don't know what the beginning of it is, so I won't try anymore. I won't take out those. Let's go in there just to look at it. Okay, address. Signed IP address. Oh. That's a local IP address. The gateway, though. Instead of trying to write all that down, I'm going to make a picture of that with my phone, I think. That'd be alright. That's gonna, yeah, that'll be alright. Because it'll go up to Google Photos, but I just won't share it. Okay. Yeah, that's nice to have an extra phone to grab sometimes. I don't want to show all that on the video anyway, so just taking the pictures for me will help. Yeah, it's singing now, but still not as loud as it sounded on those videos I was watching. Let's see. Wondering if I want to go like. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to go with the first thing I can see and just keep going through taking pictures of each thing. Okay, now. That's a video. Pictures, no. Here it's on. Yeah, it's on macro from the last time I did something. It stays where you leave it, doesn't it? Okay, let's see if I can get in a place where I can be still. All kinds of things to let you know that you're taking a picture. Okay, now. Yeah, because when I try to write things down, I get them wrong very often. So that DNS name is completely different than the default. DHCP is on. Directory, I didn't even go in there. Something, RE, memory maybe? There may be lots of letters cut off. Something, probably indication, disabled. Users, enabled. Address, port. Oh. Looks like they changed the port. Detect DN, then password. I forgot what screen this is exactly, but could be port, different port. Okay. I don't know what kind of port. You know, I don't know what kind of port it's really talking about. And then almost looks like it says detect password. So I don't know. But I'm going to get out of that one. Let's see. Yeah. Now, add. Don't need to do that now. Whoops. Remove. Edit. Yeah, here we go. So we'll just take pictures of all the users that are in there. And then I don't need any of the rest of that, you know, the edit or any of that. Remove I will do here in a little bit. Okay, now this is the one that I couldn't do anything with because it's cut off. I couldn't see the instructions on how to do anything with. Hard to hold still on something like that, so I usually take at least 2 pictures. That thing there. CLI status, enable auth required. CLL speed bits 9600 baud. Well, it says bits per second. Which usually when you see 9600, I mean they used to call it 9600 baud with serial ports and most commonly people would know modems, you know. But your serial ports, and this does have a serial port, I think. I'm wondering if you can control it with a serial terminal. Okay, and then about integrated lights up. One nice thing about doing this way, wait. I always like to leave my camera app in video mode because I'll start trying to make a video and it takes a picture and it confuses the heck out of me. I already shut it down. I have to open it back up again. So, I made me a username and I may have found out that I need to be in another port. I don't know how you get out of here though. Escape, cancel. Oops. Camera app doesn't want to open back up now. Dang it. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna, sometimes some of these phones, these three phones are identical. Sometimes my Google Photos will just upload like it should, and then, but it keeps coming up when you, and if I have to just open it, but then when it comes up it says, don't you want to update it? Well, when I try to update it, it fails. So I think it's because my operating systems are too old. I need to, that's another 3 projects, upgrading the operating systems on these phones. I want to see if I can do that. I've never done that before on the phones, but I should be able to figure it out. I've looked into it a lot, but I didn't never do it. I didn't have anything that I needed not working, but now it looks like I do. Okay, so darn thing won't stay laying down. Yeah, I'm tired of listening to that. It's kind of like a foghorn in the distance. I don't see the exit. Exit doesn't do it. There's no, well, if there is any instructions on how to get out, it doesn't tell you. Ctrl+Alt+Delete works. It reboots. And hopefully that didn't lose my changes. I guess I should go back in there and see now, huh? Nah, it should be there. I'm going to let it boot up into Fedora 20. Just boot up, and I would like to know how to get into BIOS, though. Yeah, because I want to see if I can fix that screen. I think that's what I'm going to have to do to fix the monitor. I think I've seen Morton do that. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, or something like that. Once this gets there, I'm going to hit all 3 of them in a row. That's what I've done when I didn't know what to do before. I don't think 9 is it. It may be 11 or 12. Yeah, 11's boot, so it's either going to be F9, F12, 9, 10, or 12, but I don't think F9 was it. It didn't sound like going into BIOS, unless they don't call it BIOS. It's still making the same noise though while it's rebooting. Takes a good while, it does, to reboot. Seems like it's taking longer now than it did before. When I very first started it up, first few times, I kept rebooting it. I think it depends on, well, if it's in Pixie Boot, it doesn't, and it automatically reboots. It doesn't go all the way through the whole process. I'm going to have 12 because to me that would be more likely than 9 or 10. Then again, I'm coming from desktops and laptops, not servers. Okay, wait, I guess it doesn't matter. You don't need to do it until you see that. Sometimes I don't pay enough attention. When it pops up with the hit F11 to select a boot item, that's when you want to hit. Start hitting your other keys. It doesn't have to be F11. It can be the others. Hit F8 to get into the 71 degrees now. Them fans are cooling it off. It beeps when it's had enough. Okay. Enter configuration menu. Oh, okay. F8. Smart array. P14 10i controller. F8 to run option ROM configuration for arrays utility. Now I think an escape to get out of there. I'm going to hit F8 because I think even though, oh, F9 setup. I already hit F8. F9 is set up. That's going to be BIOS. My candy is getting too hot, but it went into my operating system. Huh. It didn't go there. So I moved the key so that it wouldn't, you know, check the hard drive again. I mean the SD card, because that's a live Fedora. So it's default is to check the media, and then it would boot. I had to get another candy. I just can't quit. This is so cool. I've never had a machine like this before. But I am gonna have to quit. It's 9:58 now. Quit, eat supper, get a bath, really. Yes, I need a bath. So I'm gonna hit Ctrl+Alt+Delete. Hopefully it'll boot faster this time. And let's see, what did I say? F9 is to get into BIOS. If I get in there, maybe I can set the screen resolution in the BIOS. Doesn't do it automatically, maybe. I thought it had to do with, and then again, it would have, like I said, if I'd had my KVM switch over there. But I have seen Morton do that before. I've had him say, he didn't show, I don't remember him showing exactly how to do it. He just said, oh, I got to fix that. He kind of showed it a little bit, I think, but he went through it pretty fast. So, and like I said, all 99% of his videos are on Lenovo. Some of his servers are actual IBM branded, the older ones that he has. So they're either IBM or Lenovo. But you know, I can, like if that wasn't if it was up in the rack, I wouldn't hear it as much. And then if I mean, I could take, well, no, I wouldn't use the box it came in. I had thought about that. Cut the box it came in up to where it would just be a good cover for it. But that would thick cardboard like that would really cut down on noise. But you got to don't want to keep the heat in. You want to get it out. But really, that would be a temporary thing. I'm pretty sure it'll make too much heat. I'm down there feeling of it. No, it's not. Well, of course, it doesn't feel warm. Its fans are running enough to make it 71 degrees. But that means that all that heat has been dissipated out the back. I'm doing the button way early because I'm afraid I'll miss it. You miss it pretty quick. There we go. I did that for the fun of it. It's Morse code. I don't know what it says. Initializing. Okay, so that's F8, escape. I don't know if I did it too. This time I hit, that went away. I don't see it coming up saying hit F9 for setup. It goes by before you can. Okay, now I'm in the setup utility, but guess what? I did get it there. So F9 gets you in there, but I think you have to. Do it twice. Do it on initial boot and then do it again when it stops at that screen. Okay, so something options. ProLiant DL380 G7. Now I'll get to know that pretty soon, like I do my other machines. Processors, BIOS date, yeah, 2010. That stuff could probably be updated, and Morton really recommends updating that stuff, and he showed a lot of ways how you could find it for the IBM. So hopefully I don't know. It looks like HP took most of their stuff off their site, but a lot of times that stuff will be somewhere else. Management options. Having the windows open, I think, just makes my allergies worse. But So I, on the left there where it's cut off, the top one, I hit enter. So it gives me a whole nother menu. NICs, so serial port options, management options, power profile, power regulator, power supply mode, power management options, higher Q settings. I wouldn't mess with that. Hopefully that'll be automatic. And the next one is device enable disable. Well, yeah, 1 gigabit adapter, so that's Ethernet. Everything's enabled, so that's good. Boot order, CD-ROM, floppy, USB, drive key, hard drive, PCI embedded, HP, PCI, D multifunction, PCI embedded, HP NC382i, PCIe, DP multifunction 1 gigabit adapter port. Oh, on the Ethernet. Okay, doesn't say. It says USB drive key. That must be the. They just didn't change the name in there. It must be the. And there may be a place for a USB, internal USB. A lot of them have both. They have SD and USB, and I just didn't see it. Sometimes they're kind of hidden. So I'll take, open it up more and look at it later. I just didn't want to do that the first time I booted it up. Okay, so I didn't want to. I wanted to see that it was okay before I did anything to it at all. So yeah, that's where the SD card is. Then that's the same thing, I guess. And then I'm hoping embedded HP Smart Array P10 controller. Nothing in that window though. PCI embedded. Okay. Date and time. It's actually already set. Looks like 3/13/19. I forgot what the date is. Well, I can look. Yeah, 3/13/19. I can see on my laptop. Oh, no. There. I accidentally hit escape twice. And almost exited the setup utility. I'm wanting to see if there's a way to make the. I wonder if that's monitor status. It's R status. Oh, it tells you at the bottom what that says. No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, I think it does. Modify automatic server recovery status. Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave everything as it is for now. Modify timeout. That's one for help. Make sure server recovery is enabled. Sets the time to wait for before rebooting the server in the event of operating system crash. Oh, okay. I can't get away from the mics. I'm using the lapels. Can you hear the cats fighting outside? Okay, so the next one is thermal shutdown. You can probably hit enter and go into those, but I don't want to right now. Wake on LAN. Oh, okay. Modify post F1 prompting. Power button. Okay. Automatic power on. Power on delay. Okay. Security. Power on password. Admin password. Network server mode. Serial console. Yeah. So I bet it does have a serial port. I think I saw it. Yep. And then over info text, administration, info text, administrator. I can actually change the text where, I guess, like where to contact for help and stuff like that. Service contact text. I guess past step for me to quit. Server options. View modify advanced server options. ROM video options. Embedded video disabled. Terminal configuration. Display service options. Performance. Drive cache status. Lock or unlock. So I might want to go back in there and terminal configuration. See. Video primary embedded video disable. What? F1 for help. By default, the system ROM will disable the embedded video controller when the optional video controller is initiated. Oh, okay. Well, that'd be good. Allows for embedded video controller to remain enabled so that iLo remote video still functions. Oh. For dual head video support. Oh, cool. So you wouldn't have be able to see the iLo video if you had a video card. That's what I'm getting out of this, unless you turn it on the right way. I don't have a video card yet, so, or I may not get one. Thermal. Okay. Okay, let's see. Video options. Optional video primary enabled, video disabled. Optional video primary. Embedded video secondary. Oh, optional. Okay, I'm not used to that term. Optional video primary, embedded video disabled. Optional video primary, embedded video secondary. Okay. Embedded video secondary. Embedded video primary, optional video secondary. But it's working. The video is working, so so I guess you don't know what it's. Oh, video primary, embedded video disabled. Oh, that just shows. No, that's what it's set on. The bottom there, it never changes. So it's on optional video primary, embedded video disabled. Optional video primary. I don't have optional video. So I think I'm going to go to the bottom one. Embedded video primary, optional video secondary for now. And hopefully I'll remember this. Well, I guess if I take a picture, it'll last longer than my memory. Maybe that'll straighten this out. There may be another. Well, there's the next one that says default options and then language, I think. I'm going to get. Well, let's go ahead and take a picture of it like it is. I don't know if I'm going to make it go into effect, though, yet. I want to go look at the other screens first and make sure I'm not like the default options. Okay. Reset configuration on boot to default. Okay. Restore settings, erase boot disk. Oh, wow. Careful with that. Display user default options. Okay. Reset configuration for defaults. Well, I don't know if I want to do that because I don't know what the defaults are. Display user default option. Save user defaults option. Oh. Save current settings. The system defaults. Oh. Erase user defaults and revert to factory settings. Oh, okay. Well, now if I have some trouble, I might do that. But and then language. Yeah, okay. I don't want to mess that up. So that place in there. Advanced. Video options. Yeah, okay, and then what's the other thing I had to do with? Display service options. Serial number, oh, product ID. Okay, so video options. So I guess I'll hit enter right there. Hopefully that'll do it. Now let's go in there again. Yeah. It's changed it by hitting enter. I just accidentally switched the camera to the selfie camera. We don't want that. Okay. Now, that was the only place to set any video stuff. Is right there. I hope that makes it start fitting right, but you know, off automatically. ROM option. Serial port. So how do you get out and save changes? Tab for more info. Escape to exit utility. Oh, I see. Oh, that's like paging through it. Okay. What I don't know is there's no like save exiting changes or anything, so escape. F10 to confirm exit utility. Embedded HP Smart Array controller. I guess. I'll take a picture of me doing that. I think I made it take a picture by hitting the volume button. Didn't know it would do that. I think I set that up, actually. Because it's hard to hit it bumps the screen when you hit the little button. Yep. Hit the volume button, it does it. Well, it checks the camera when you do that too. So F10, oh, F10, not escape. Oh, and it quit making all that noise. It just went down to, woo. It's rebooting. And it's loud again, like as loud as it was. I mean, it's not loud. It's just not as quiet as it was a while ago. I don't think. Because it's going to get louder and quieter. It depends on the temperature that it's trying to. It's still 81 in here. I don't have that fan on that I had on earlier. So it may just be having to blow harder to keep it cool. Well, if that would get the video to fit right, that'd be good. Now, I could have messed up where the iLo won't work now. I don't know. And I guess, I'm pretty sure you can get into the iLo with an operating system running. I don't see how you could possibly. I mean, that's the whole point. You should be able to get into it as long as the machine has power to it, even when it's not booted up, from what I understand. I guess I could shut it down and have it in, standby mode and see if I could get in there. But I'm just going to let it move into the operating system and try it like I was doing a while ago. And if that don't work, then I can do that. Try that. But I'm going to have to quit pretty quick. I just want to find this out first. But I just can't even talk. And of course, I've been needing to eat for a long time. I ate another chocolate and I'm eating got a cough drop again because I was coughing so bad. It did not fix it so far, though. Still not fitting the screen. I thought about my monitor settings earlier. I mean, I've had no trouble with my other machines, but what if there's something? Still cut off, so I don't think I fixed it. I never can see those. I guess I should try and take a picture of that. I might be able to get a picture of it. I could have just then if I'd been thinking about it. No, because it counts down like 3 seconds almost before it takes a picture. I'd have to, I guess I could be doing a video. It's some sort of, no, it's not an error. Thought it was an error. So I left the camera in picture mode, the phone. I'm gonna try to get a picture of it. It is easier to hit that volume than to take a picture just as you accidentally do it. That's probably, only thing is if that works in video mode, I might be starting and stopping the video by accident with that. I think I'll get out of there. Put it back on. Excuse me. Okay, let's get back on my machine. Now, one of the first things I noticed is I might be using the wrong port because it looks like they've changed the port probably for security. I'll try 85 first because it's already in there. I don't expect it to work now. I think I've figured out that they changed the port. No, I guess it's not. I was thinking, well, if I show the port, then that could be, but this is an internal IP, so if it was going to external, then I wouldn't want you to know the port or the IP. But, well, of course, you could find my IP, my external IP, easy, but the port wouldn't want you to know that. But let's go into the router while that's erroring out. Because if it didn't hook up that any sooner than that, it's not going to. Still has the same IPs as it did before. I think I will go ahead and set the IP static now. You have to actually put them in there, but you can copy and paste them. Make sure you don't get any spaces in there and save them. After reconnecting. Okay. And then I guess I'll do it on the I don't know about that. That's going to get a different IP for every operating system I boot in there. So I'll wait on that until I settle on what I'm really going to use. Okay, so I couldn't connect on that port. Well, let's see. Ah, there we go. All right. Well, that just means that Firefox doesn't like that port, but that's too bad. I want to use it. Now, how am I gonna get there if they won't let me get there? Huh. I mean, you should be able to. There's no deal like allow it or anything. You can try Firefox Developer or Chromium. That's all I know to do, I guess. I guess I'll try Chromium because I don't know if it's better or worse than that sort of a thing. We'll see. I guess I'll try Chromium. Yeah, this sort of makes changes depending on what it needs to do to keep it cool, I guess. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that that's the port, but I think it is. Normally, I mean, there's probably a way to go into the Firefox settings. Yeah, it says just can't be reached. Oh, it just says can't be reached. Error unsafe port. Yeah. Kind of figured. Let's see if Firefox Developer, since it's for developers, would allow you to do that, or at least give you an option to easily say yes, I want to go to this port. Well, I can go back in there and change the port back to the default or something. At least for now, I'll just to see if I can get it to work, you know. Wait till it finishes connecting to whatever it was going to connect. Okay. It's restricted. Okay. Well, they didn't say that on the other port. So I think I'll go change it because I think it'll be harder to get Firefox to play nice or Chrome with that port. I've never run into a restricted port. You know, I could run a port scanner on. I'll do that next time if this doesn't work. What I'm going to do, let that do whatever, and I'm going to go ahead and reboot it one more time. Yeah, see, green lights. Okay, there's a green light. I haven't been, see, I can't see that from my chair, so there's a green light top left, the power light, and then one right over that power light. Let's see, camera 2. Okay, now I'll switch my KVM switch, and I can reboot it with, what's nice about having some kind of operating system, you know, on it, so that you can operate it normally. Okay. Yeah, I really can't stand that. I mean, that's just not usable with the wrong size of video. I might have to buy a video card just because of that. I can't get that to work right. I thought maybe that. Well, now again, I guess I should power the whole thing down, see if it fixes itself too. Well, now I'm already in the middle of a reboot, but yeah, I'm gonna have to write myself a note. Well, I'll find out tomorrow if nothing else. Let's see. What is it I wanted to go? Oh, I want to go back into F9. Because I wrote me a note to do that. Since it does take as long as it does to reboot and all that stuff, I really do need to. If it wasn't for my head bobbing around, you'd just be seeing a black screen, wouldn't you? I mean, you can kind of see there's stuff there, but. And that one time on the earlier video today, I accidentally left it on camera one, and it had died when I meant to be on the desktop. So you had a solid black screen. Did it for 5 to 10 minutes, I think. Let's see, I want F9, so. What is this I'm going to change? Oh, no, I don't want F9. I want, what gets me into, it's F8. I want to get into that iLo adapter. Yeah, that's F8. No, not like a PC. Those are, F8 is the one you use in Windows to get into, forgot, when you have trouble booting. Get into, not system restore, but simple mode where it doesn't boot up all the drivers. I can't think of what you call it now. I haven't messed with Windows much in the last several years at all. 71 degrees. Okay, let's see. F9 will take you into setup. That's the BIOS, but I want F8. Okay, I got in there. Factory defaults. No. User. Okay. I want to see where that. I don't remember where that. There it is. Port 636. Oops. Yeah, you can change that. So 85. I'll just go to 85. Whoops. Because that's the default. And the connect password. You know, I just realized the connect password is probably different. What's that? Connect DN, which would be what? DNS name? It's left blank, but the connect password. You don't get to type it twice either, it doesn't look like. Search contacts. Okay, now I'm going to hit F10 to save and leave everything like it is. I just realized I probably needed to do that because that user password is different from the connect password. And I don't want to leave it on the default, so I gave it my own connect password. Okay. Now later, I may change all this up, but for right now, do that. Okay, now how do you get out of here? Do you have to do anything to get out of here and save the changes? I don't think so. Let's see. What's F1 as help? Got to be in a menu, I guess. Well, I did hit save, so I guess I'm going to figure that I can hit Ctrl+Alt+Delete. I mean, there's nothing that says. I remember I went through that a lot. I didn't see anything that says save, so. You know, I might be able to connect to that iLo thing in the middle of it booting up, even. But let's go ahead and wait, I guess. Yeah, because when I get to the Fedora screen, I have to click login. It does not log it in automatically. While it's doing the booting and everything, let's see. I can't remember. Isn't the monitor button's working? Not doing anything. Huh. I thought maybe I'd look in the monitor settings, but the monitor settings buttons are not responding. I don't know if it's because they usually always respond no matter what. I don't want to turn it off or anything. I want it to see it, you know. That's really unusual. Oh, there we go. Yeah, VGA. Now they're responding. No? Oh, there they are. But hitting them over and over. There they are. But it went away before I could figure out what to do. I'm going to have to wait till it gets done booting, I think. But what if that's really what I need to do? I need to go through that and check. I'll do that after it gets to where I can log in and everything. Actually, it takes a long time, doesn't it? Let's try it. Alright. Yeah. Looking at it there right there. Auto adjust off. Okay. Adjusting. But that's just. Oh, it did it. Well, you dummy. It's the monitor. I thought of that. It's the monitor. It didn't auto adjust. Sometimes it turns itself off. I try to always keep it on auto adjust. I've never seen it happen like that though, cutting off the screen. No, I've seen that happen, but not because of that. You know, it's usually the video resolution. Thought. Okay, so auto adjust fixed it. It had nothing to do with the BIOS or the machine here. Oh, I didn't have the camera on. I'm gonna have to get a. I don't think I can get a picture fast enough, but I can definitely get a. I started to try that at the beginning of all this, and I didn't. Dummy. I think Fedora will be fine. It's going to be 224 by 768, and maybe that's the best it'll get. So in that case, I probably will buy a video card for it, just so that it's, you know, it has a modern size. You know, I mean, operating systems don't work right in 1024 by 768 these days. Some of them. Yeah, now I can see all of the terminal output. So I just limped along there, not being able to read everything for so long. Now I believe, yeah, now the whole login screen is there. Cool. Now the whole menus are all there and everything. It was really on something weird. Oh, the right side's not all there though. Now I bet if I do it again, it'll get right. That boot screen is one thing, but this is something else. Now let's see, aspect ratio, all that. I don't know. There's another setting. Yeah, now it fits. So it's just not auto adjusting to it like it normally does, and sometimes it'll be just a hair off, and you can just see you're missing like the borders of an app or something. But for some reason, it's just really cutting it off there. That's the monitor the whole time. I'm just going to go into Firefox for a second. Yeah, now everything is there. I can get to everything. Not what I want to do right now, but cool. Now maybe the next time I boot in here, it will be okay. Hopefully. Okay, so it's online and all that. I did a speed test earlier, but all the menus are there. And this is a live operating system, you know, it's always just going to lose everything I do, but for right now, that's just fine and dandy. Actually, I could use this to install to one of those hard drives, though, if I wanted to. First, I have to set them up and put them in I always call it an array, is what I call it. I saw when I was watching a video Morton was doing, he was setting up some hard drives in the machine, and it was a pool. They called it pool. Was that an array controller or something else? Can't remember now. Anyway. Oh, let's look at the monitor settings again and see if you this may be all it will do. I guess that's all this controller can do. For some reason. It says something different. Actually, that's in the iLo. Maybe the iLo can, why would the iLo be able to do more than the, you know, system itself? I just figured if iLo can do it, so can, now let's get over here and check the iLo so that I can so that I can be happy and quit and eat supper and go to bed. Okay. So I changed the port, and now I realize I had needed to change that password. Okay. Hit enter. Make sure it's trying to go to that IP address. And it's not going right away, so maybe I haven't done whatever I need to do yet. But now that I can see the whole screens, it'll be a lot easier to try to run through the administration. I'm going to have to go through the manual a little more and see if oh, you know what? It may not work because I'm in Firefox and it doesn't have the Java and stuff it needs. I keep forgetting about that. Right. So let's try just let that keep trying, but I'm certain it won't. I'm almost certain it won't work. I might have to end up installing a Java. There are Java, you know, open source versions of Java, and maybe they're actually what Morton's been having to do is find older versions of Java to install, and that's the reason why I just quit. I used to install them all the time on my systems, but they were old anyway. The open source versions of Java are old, and so in Linux and Fedora Linux, and I guess they have it in the Bing too. But so I just don't install them anymore because I don't really need them to see what I need to see. If it's something not working, I'm not missing it. You know, it's not something I care about. So because of HTML5, things mostly work on that nowadays. So even annoying ads and stuff, and pop-up videos and all that crap, that's not going to work either. So yeah, I may have to install. Write that down. Check Java. Okay, hopefully I made a note that'll tell me enough. Yeah, but he would always say, he would even tell you what versions he had to, because if you just install the newest Java, it wouldn't work, because this is made back, you know, in 2010. So you would need a version that's that old for it to work right, because the security and the newer versions won't let you get into these things. So I just remembered that. Well, I did remember it earlier, but I forgot while I was trying. Now I remember again. So yeah, it's not going to matter then, I don't think. I'm going to put that. I think I have a. I don't know if that's a good. I've got a folder for this server, so. Save that so I can. Yeah, I think it's just not working, and I don't have. Oh, I don't have. I have a XP virtual machine, but I don't know if it can go there. Well, it might be able to go there, but I know, I know, I know. I have to try it. Gotta quit. Probably take forever for it to boot up, and then for the, it has like, I don't know. I might have put Firefox on it, and I might not. Yeah, I've got to turn my. I have not turned my updates back on since I turned them off to get OBS Studio. Maybe a problem. Folder. Okay, that's because I don't have it plugged in. Probably need to unsure. It's one of those SD cards, and I just leave them turned on so that if I do plug them in, they work. But yeah, there might be. I don't think there's going to be any Java at all installed in XP's Firefox or Internet Explorer. Sometimes he would use Internet Explorer in XP. He had XP virtual machines. Well, let's see if that'll do it. Yeah, I do have Firefox, but it's probably a new. I think it's probably updated to a newer version. Let's try it first anyway. I don't know what I hit F11 to go full screen, but it didn't go full screen, so I'm not sure what it takes. Host F. Oh yeah. Well, I can see the whole thing the way it is. I'm gonna leave it. Easier to move back and forth this way. Yeah, I remember him really grappling about that and going, "Oh, God, not again," you know. So, guess you need to. I'll try to. If I'm going to be able to use that, need to use it very much, I'll get something set up that's ready to go. Work with it. Somewhere around right now in the next couple of 3 months. See, I've been getting security updates in my XP here, virtual machine, ever since they turned off the regular updates. I learned how to change the registry so that it would do that, and but they're going to cut it off in 2019 in March, April, May, sometime. Yeah, see, it doesn't run very good in here. It takes, of course, I clicked on that before it was really even done booting up. But what is that? Unused desktops. I hate that. And Avast. It said it might not be secure, but Avast hadn't even started up yet. But I know I clicked on Firefox. It's taken forever to start. And I think if I give it anything else to do, it'll just make it even worse. I'm tempted to click on Internet Explorer. Yeah, see there, it's not even responding, so I better quit doing anything else to it. there. It'll come up, but I forgot about how long it might take. I got into doing it this way. But haven't used it in a while either, so it's probably trying to do. I think it's actually my virtual machine ran out. I know it ran out of space, and it didn't have enough space to do updates anymore. And I found a way to make it larger, and it worked. But then the next time I rebooted it, it was small. It was back to its same size again. So I don't know if I don't know what happened with all that, and I haven't even turned it on in a long time now. Yeah, I see the hourglass is there. The days of our lives are waiting for Firefox to. Oh, it's going to update. So yeah, now that and see it's updating. So if it does work, then it'll be the newest version, and it won't be working in that remote thing. We'll go look and see. Oh, I can see on my preview that I'm on desktop. Okay. I was a bit worried. That's the other reason why it was taking so long, is because it was updating. It was downloading updates, I guess. Well, either that or they'd already been downloaded and ready, waiting to be installed. But it takes a while when especially when you try to open an app when it isn't really completely fully booted up. I mean, all operating systems are like that. I was just trying to go too fast. You need to wait until you see all the icons on the screen at least before you start opening more stuff up. It has cooled off enough outside. I'm not dying. Oh, and it noted to go down. No, it's still 80. No, it's 80.6 instead of 81. Yeah, so it went down a degree, and that's with the fan off. So yeah, it's 61 outside now in Fort Worth, and it was 61 here a while ago. So it may be cooler here. I guess I can look while I'm waiting. Yep, spent another whole hour. I've been fooling around with this. Oh, it's 59.7 now, so it's gone down another degree. So now I'm okay. I'm comfortable, even though it's, it's 80 degrees. Well, it's 80 degrees in here, but I have, I could feel just a little bit of breeze coming in the window. I turned the fan off, like I said. It may be in the background in my videos when I had it running. Man, oh, come on, Firefox. Come freaking on. This is one reason why I never use this, because, well, everything is, anything I have just set to automatic update does this when I turn it on, because I hardly ever turn it on. But it's just not. See, now this would be great on this server. I will put this virtual machine on the server and delete it off of this machine. That's what I'll do. I'm hoping, the thing is that I don't guess it matters. Well, see, if I have to put it in the garage, then I have to use this machine to connect to the server to run my virtual machines. So what I was hoping is that it could be my server and my desktop. The server could be my server and my desktop. And it's really powerful. That's kind of one of the main reasons I want it. I want a really powerful desktop machine. So if I can keep it in here, then I'll buy a video card, plug my video into it. This monitor will do DVI or VGA, and I have a video card that I could try out on it, but I don't think it'll work. It's an AGP video card. I don't think it'll even plug in there. There's something about those PCI slots. They have a wider range, but it's newer, than it's not. I think they'll take standard PCI all the way up to 16x, if I understood it right. So it'll take like regular PCI all the way up to 16x in the same two slots that are there. Or maybe one does regular and the other one will do 16. That might be really what it does. There's two slots in it though, so that should be good enough for me. If I do end up wanting to get a video card, then I'll put it in one. And then if I decide I need some other kind of PCI device in there, like that, oh yeah, like that well, I don't have any cameras for it, but that's I have a, I don't know, I think it's a 6 or 8 channel analog video card with VNC connectors on it. It's for, so with that Net Pro Max was a surveillance system. They had it in it. I've never used it because I never had any of those kind of cameras. Basically, I guess you could call them closed circuit TV cameras. They're the, well, they're what surveillance cameras standardly used until okay, so we're now finally back up. Okay, I should be able to paste and go. Maybe no, must not. I closed Firefox already too. Let's see. I don't remember the IP. Usually you can. Oh, it's not responding anyway. I'm trying to go too soon. Well, let's go over and get the IP again. I thought I had it in my clipboard. And you usually can always copy and paste between your host machine and your remote machine with VirtualBox. That's VirtualBox, and that's one way I could do it. I could put Fedora on there and then put all my virtual machines in VirtualBox, but I'd really rather do it. If I'm going to have a bunch of virtual machines, I'd rather do it with some sort of hypervisor. I think that would probably be better. Unless I ended up keeping it in here and getting a video card, and then everything could be run inside of my main operating system, except for I don't want my server running in there. That's the thing. Then I might end up leaving the server on the laptop. I could do that. See, I've got this much running. Now my machine is getting, it's not. That's probably the other reason I forgot. I'm streaming. I can bring this thing to a screaming halt if I don't watch out. Open that Firefox. I closed it on purpose because if I can, yeah, see, it's not letting me do anything with it yet. It's taking forever to load. I think I better close it. Hopefully that'll close okay. Close it before it's too late. Yeah, it's going to be too much to run the Firefox here and then a virtual machine and then Firefox in it. Oh, that didn't take when I tried to close it. Well, let's go to restore previous session. Oh, it doesn't have it. It just has that. That's alright, we'll wait until it gets loaded. Let's see. That one, yeah, that's what I want. Oh, it might have lost, I don't know. Sometimes it usually doesn't do that. But the web browser, you know, if you close the thing you're copying and pasting from, it loses what you had. It usually only happens unsupported. Just software update, system unsupported. Firefox is out of date, but the latest version is not supported on your system. Please upgrade your system. Oh, right. I was wondering if it would run. It won't run on XP, the new system. Okay, so, but it's not, the copy and paste isn't working though. 192.168, 0.191, port 85. Okay, 192.168.0.191, port 85. Come on, we're just trying to. No, I would not. No, I would not like to do any of that crap. I just want to type in my IP. 192.168.0.191.85. Let's see. All that to find out that no, I don't have anything that'll work there either. 191.85. It's not. Well, I think it's already been long enough for me to say it ain't going to connect. But we'll wait until it gets an error. I'm pretty sure there's no Java installed in here. I didn't do it on purpose, unless it came with something. This older version of Firefox came with something. Server beeped. I wonder if it beeped because I was trying to connect to it and it said no. It could mean that I have could mean that I have the IP and the port right, but it still doesn't allow it because I didn't set something right. Yeah, it's machine's still kind of slow, so I'm even going to close that PDF. I guess I could close this too. I like to keep it open to see my video I'm making, but normally I don't, open the virtual box in my stream. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can run in my stream and do, and it handle it very well. The virtual box is using 25%, and OBS is using 3% of all the total CPU, so that's 50% right there. And if anything climbs up at all, that's one reason why it took so long to do everything. That, and I had those other things open, and I really wasn't even looking in there. That's long enough. I'm gonna see if I can close it. And then XP, I did close. I was gonna say XP may not do that so well, closing real quick. When it's in the middle of trying to do something. I know that Internet Explorer is old on here, but that may be just what we want. I wouldn't surf the internet with it, but just going to my server there, it'd be fine if it would work. I don't think there's going to be any Java in it by default. I don't remember anything coming with Internet Explorer. I think you had to install any kind of Java that you were going to have. So, and that deal, what did it say? Java or something? Oh, .NET. Now, there could be some .NET stuff in there. .NET framework stuff that came with Internet Explorer. So we'll try that. I could remember the IP of my server, I'd like to know that I can even go from this virtual machine to my, see, this is like a 10 dot IP that you get with this virtual machine by default. I better wait and see that the other one went to Google, so this one, I mean, you're online and everything, but that doesn't mean that you can network in your local network. I think you can. Welcome to Internet Explorer 8. That's what it is. Okay. I'm just going to try first, and if it doesn't work, Control V. Not pasting. It has something in the clipboard still. This time first I tried Control V twice. Now I'll get it in there 3 times, and then I did right click. But it may take longer than I thought it would. Yeah, there it is. HTTP, hit enter. I guess it didn't work with Control V for some reason. Maybe that's not activated in the virtual machine. Got that stuff up here and everything. Stuff that I don't like. All those things right there. They're in the wrong place. Those things I'd want to be up here where those are. And then that I want to be gone altogether. Favorites bar. There we go. Oh, cannot display the web page. Okay, more information. Okay. See if I can get a screenshot of that. I don't know if I can or not. Well, I can if I go up here and get it there. Let's just see if we can. What's this? Oh, Firefox. Because I closed it while it was not really responding. I don't want to report. I just want to get out of it. Diagnose problem. Maybe it'll tell me what I need to do. Join the Windows cut. No, I don't want to join the Windows customer experience. That, well, it doesn't matter. I was going to say that other port, but it wouldn't matter what port. I don't know. Yeah, does this have, yeah, it has tabs. Yeah, but while that's happening, I probably can't do any of that. Like I said, I want to see if I can even get to something on my router. I think you can, because the way that VirtualBox shares folders. Okay, detect any problems with your over HTTP TTPS. Was not able to successful connect over FTP. Most likely cause of the problem is firewall. Oh yeah, blocking FTP port. But what I'm trying to go to is not FTP, I don't think. Okay. I'm going to use the other one. I remember that I can't just hit print screen to get a screenshot of my virtual machine, but I can use Shutter. Oh, come on. I'm not worried about FTP right now though, because I'm using, it's going to be an HTTP connection. I don't think it's secure either, so. If it was, it should just automatic. Well, at least the newer browsers automatically change, to HTTPS. So, what is the IP of my router? I've completely forgotten. I mean my Acer. Oh, I might have it. Well, see, I got Firefox closed for a reason over there. Might be able to log into my. Oh, well, let's just see if I can go to it. Try to log into it, just see if I can go to the router. If I can go to the router's login page, that's all I need to know. Not going there right away, so maybe I can't go there. Usually I don't have the HTTP, but I don't think that hurts anything. I can't remember if it automatically puts it in there or not when I go to it. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to get into that iLo adapter is what I'm thinking. I may not have all the settings right, but since it can't even talk to it, well, I just started remembering Morton showing time after time in his videos about the trials of getting to, you got everything set up, and of course he pretty well knew he had everything set up right, and he's like, it's this dadgum Java. He calls it Java. He calls it that darn Java or something, whatever he says. But he calls it Java instead of Java, which is what I call it. And I've never, well, he's Danish. He lives in, I always forget the name of the country. Anyway, he has a Danish keyboard. It's what he actually likes to use. He always sets it up Danish keyboard. So, stop button. There it is. Okay, let's try it without any of the HTTP or anything. So yeah, I don't think I can even go to anything on my router from the virtual machine. I've thought before that I think there's a way to change it from the default IP addresses it gets, because it puts it on another subnet basically, and I think it's actually a 10 dot address that you get, and in VirtualBox. And anyway, I was saying, the way it shares files between your host machine and the virtual machine is it uses networking. And that works. So I've never messed with any of that. I'll leave it to defaults. But yeah, maybe going to your router or something, anything on your local network, like another machine, it may be. I thought I'd actually connected with VirtualBox, with VNC Remote Desktop from virtual machine before. But when I used to use XP to connect to. It's still on here, I think. The app. I used to use it to connect to my phones, and then it quit working. Oh, my phone Explorer right there. But I can't get it to connect anymore. It connects two ways. USB, and you have to set your phone into developer mode to do that, or over Wi-Fi, and or Ethernet. You know, which the phones it's Wi-Fi, but of course on this it's Ethernet to Wi-Fi. You know, but yeah, that's not going to work. It's sitting there too long. Okay, so I can't get to anything on my router anyway. Looks like. Well, let's try Firefox again, because it could be that that old Internet Explorer just couldn't talk to my router. That could be the thing. My router admin page. I would like to know if I would like to know right this minute if that's possible in here. But I really, of course, I'm not going to use it that way. I mean, well, the iLo, you just use it once in a while. You don't just for setting things up. So it wouldn't matter if I had to do it in a virtual machine. Of course, I wouldn't take it off here then if I needed it. But yeah, and the thing is, if I do, if I set up a hypervisor on there and then I was thinking about, okay, so how do you have? I think the only way I've seen Morton connect to the other machines, I believe, is in the browser. I don't think he's ever used any, you know, applications like I was. You know, I don't like to use a BNC in the browser. I like to use it with the client applications like this one here. And you can make them full screen, and if, when it's working good, you'll forget you're even on a remote machine. But it used to always work that good. Now it doesn't. I don't know what's gotten loaded, but it may. Yeah, my video resolutions are the same. It's not that from back then till now. Now Firefox doesn't. Well, yeah, I forgot it crashed and all that junk. So that was probably a dumb idea to open it back up. There it goes. Still have quite, well, not a whole world of stuff to pick up, but plenty of stuff to pick up before I can even get ready for bed. And I got dirty enough, I gotta have a shower. I'm going to be up too late tonight. See that right? But now the machine is just kind of a steady, low roar. Hasn't changed at all. So I guess that's pretty well how it's going to run. The tone is something that's not too pleasing, but it's not the worst either. So it's not something I would want to listen to all the time. How about the server? If I could kind of muffle it somehow, but really I think if I did cover it to muffle it, I mean, of course I could not make sure I don't restrict the airflow in the front and the back. Well, there's vents on this side too, I see. And if that, you know, and if that cut down the noise, then that would be okay, just doing that. But then the heat, well, I'm sure it would be heating the room up a lot. And in that case, then, you know, to live with it, I would have to build a ductwork out the windows. What I'd have to do. I have a design I've had in mind for. I started thinking about it in 2000, but I never tried to do it because, well, I got by with. I generally just run one machine most of the time. System is unsupported. Oh, right. Yeah, we know that. It keeps trying to update itself. No, we don't want to update it. Oh, now it's gonna not work. I'll go ahead and do a screenshot of it, so I'll know. Oops. Oh, and this time it worked. That counts down. So I didn't get my screenshot. It counts down like 7 seconds or something. And it's not responding, of course. Let's see. Pro V working there? No. There's no pasting. 192.168.0. 191? Oh, I don't want 191. I just wanted to see if I could go to the router's admin page. And it looks like this one can't either, so I don't think I can get there from the virtual machine. I'm trying to think of how do I see the IP in XP? Does that say MS config? IF config. What? Didn't do it right. IF config. That's probably Linux. What is it? IP config. That should tell me the IP address and all that stuff in a terminal window. There we go. Know what? Why did you go away? Seems to have gotten killed. Well, that's not going to work, so let's close that. Why did it go away? Never seen it do that. Maybe I've got the wrong command. Maybe that actually, I don't think that does anything. Let's see, ms config cmd system regedit notepad IP config. That's it. I wonder if there's something in there that's changed and not allowing you to run it. It goes away. And I can't, it goes away so fast I can't even read it. Alright, so I can go into control panel where you would see that. System. I guess network connections might tell me. Administrative tools. See if network connect. I think network connections might tell. Not like you can just right click on an icon on the desktop like you can in Linux. Local area connection, connected. Status. Properties. Let's go to properties, I think. Planner, high-speed internet. Might not have been what I wanted after all. Got the status then. One gigabit. Well, that translates through XP. How about that? And where's the IP? Yeah, 10.0.2.15. What I was talking about. What is behind there? Mozilla crash reporter. Oh. I don't care about that right now. We're pissed off at Mozilla right now. Keeps trying to update. It won't quit trying to update. Maybe I need to go in there and tell it. I probably have turned on automatic updates. Might be not all its fault. It might be partially mine. Okay, so yeah, that's why I didn't know if you could go that way or not. In the obviously you can in the browser. Now if I could tell VirtualBox to set it up, like get the IPs off my router or something, then yeah, like DNS server. See, it's a 10.DNS server instead of my router. So, and then again, I don't know if I'd screw things up or what in the virtual setup. It's always worked well for everything I've been needing to do. So, but yeah, I haven't really. I don't guess I've never really tried to do what I was just trying to do. So, I could have looked at that if I'd have thought about it instead of just trying it. Alright, now maybe it's been on long enough that it'll just shut down normally without any kind of errors. Because usually I do it, shut it down. When things don't do what I want, then I shut it down pretty quickly, and then it's in the middle. Well, it used to be in the middle of an update all the time, but I don't think it's. I think it's too full to do updates. There's one that was CTF Mon. What's CTF Mon? Mon? What is CTF Mon? Mon? Closing network connection. And I don't think it would hurt anything to put it on my regular network or with my router. I'm not sure if the router, if that can happen though. Maybe you can't really get that. That may not work through VirtualBox. I'd have to really look into that, and I don't want to do that. So Mr. HP, I was seeing if the camera's still working. Yep, I think I like you quite a lot. I haven't got to see the hard drives yet. I have to get into the RAID adapter thing. That's another one of those function keys. They keep going by so fast I can't see what they're saying they are. There's like 4 in a list. So I've done F9. F8's not even in that list though. That's one you got to know. The iLo, to get into iLo is F8. F9 goes into BIOS. I'm not sure what F10 does. F11 is a boot menu, and then F12 I'm not sure what that does. So I will have to. I'm sure there's a place, like say in BIOS, to set that timeout right there a little longer so you have time to read it. I like to have those stay there long enough for me to read them, you know. But anyway, that's enough playing for tonight. It's not just playing. I mean, this is going to be my server and my main machine, one way or the other. Whatever way I have to set up the software on it. And all those drives add up to just a little over a gig. And what I was thinking is, actually, well, I don't think it's in there. I'll have to look. There is a feature that some these servers can have, and there's another drive that can go on that right side where the vents are. And they call it the big drive backup. Oh, I saw the green lights blinking. Call it the big drive backup. And back then it was like 4 gigabytes or something. But I was thinking maybe I could put my 8 terabyte drive in there. Or maybe it was 4 terabyte backup. But anyway, no, I don't think it was. But yeah, it'd have to be bigger than 4 gigabytes. So anyway, but these drives are all like 1 point something terabyte drives. So gigabyte, 1 point something gigabyte drives. So I had figured it up the other day before I bought it. That adds up to a little over a terabyte, which would be fine for my operating system, but they're not good for storage. It's not big enough. I could set it up in, I guess like a RAID 2 so it doesn't take up too much space. And then it would be at least redundant, you know, a little bit. It would have like a little bit of redundancy. Or I can take 2 of them out, you know, put my operating system on 1 through 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 through 6 still should have enough room. I mean, I got 250 gigabyte on this Lenovo L5, and that's fine as long as I keep deleting files and backing them up on my big drives. But if I put my two Seagate backup drive, well, you know what? They might not fit in there, because I was thinking they were, you know, same size as laptop drives. Now I pulled one out, and that's what they are. And see, and those little deals are thin. You have to have a whole nother. You can put bigger drives in these servers, but you have to have a whole different caddy system, hard drive caddy system, a whole nother thing. And so I thought that those Seagate backup drives, those USB backup drives had, I read it on Amazon when I was buying them. It said, well, they're just laptop drives, you know, 2.5-inch laptop drives. But now the ones he had are newer, I think, or they're different models anyway. He had a couple, he took 3 or 4, yeah, 3, I think it was 3. He bought some brand new ones just this last week or 2, or maybe within the last month. And they weren't like mine. Mine are big black boxes. His were little red boxes, aluminum covers on them. And when you pull the drives out, they're 2.5-inch drives, but they're just as thick as a regular hard drive, 3.5 or whatever they are. So that wouldn't fit in here. So I'll open up my old one that's out of warranty and see. I really would like to get them out of there, because there's been three at least times that they didn't mount in the last week. And I'm worried that, you know, nothing's gone wrong. I haven't had to fix the NTFS. I just had to reboot my machine. But they're just not dependable. I've had to fix that NTFS file system 3 times or 4 times already. I don't think the XT4 will break like it did, like if the power goes out or something. That's what was causing it, you know, at least I think. Well, no, it wasn't always on the power off. Sometimes it just did it, and I don't know why it did it. But once, I'm pretty sure it was the power off because I accidentally turned off the power strip before the machine had shut down, so it was still in, being read or maybe even written to, you know. I mean, it wasn't being backed up to, but it might have been doing something, you know. That was just the well, before I even bought the 8 terabyte drive and formatted it ext4. Anyway, what I was thinking is I could put them in here. I don't think I have the hardware for the big backup drive, they call it. It's just a single drive. I could put the 8 terabyte in there, but I don't think the hardware's there. I'll have to look again. I didn't think about it when I was in there earlier. But I could put, if they would fit, if they're the thin drives, the laptop size drives, then I could put them in the bottom, probably the last 2 drives, you know, and then make them their own. I don't know exactly how I would do it. I might, if I use a RAID and everything, then I could either, I could make them their own. Well, they already have, they both have the same backup data on them. So one of them, you know, I can't just have to erase one and then the other. So I don't know. I might have to just make them just a bunch of disks and have them be 2 separate. I forgot the word again. 2 separate, you know, setups, and then make the all the rest of those smaller drives one array or whatever, drive array, and or pool, whatever you're supposed to say, and put my operating system on there, because I do have the SD card and I could put, you know, up to 32 gigabytes, or, you know, of course you can't fill it up, but like a hypervisors are small. If I was going to be running a hypervisor, I probably will just use that SD card, and because that's the way they plan on doing it. That's evidently pretty dependable, you know, and they do whatever with the drives. But yeah, I'm thinking that well, except for one thing, if it's in the garage and there's all that heat, I don't know what they would do to my backup drives. They may not be able to stand that heat. These are SAS drives here. They're really dependable drives, but the one thing about HP servers that Martin had so much trouble in his work with them is they kept failing, and they paid $20,000-$30,000 just this last year for brand new HP servers, and the drives kept failing on them. And so that's one thing he really didn't like about HP servers. And then he said the HP support was really slow. Instead of getting he said IBM would get you a new drive in a day and it'd be up and running in the same day, and them it's a week, you know, and it was really pissing him off. This is at his work. That's what he does for a living, and he also does it at home for fun, you know. So anyway, I'm picking up my sticky notes, packing up shop. Okay. And anyway, I'm just going over and over. I'm tired as I can be now, but I'm still excited about all the possibilities. So I'm gonna, yeah, I may, until I get it all done, figured out and set up, what I probably may do is put it in the bottom of the rack right there. Take those computers out, put it in on that plywood you can see the edge of there, and then it'll be, you know, be out of the way and everything. And then, well, I still gonna have to be opening and closing it. So I guess if I do that, I'll probably leave those machines out in the garage or something until I get done. Well, now one of them, I got room to put one of them to the right of my monitor, and probably Mom's. I think it'll fit in there because I need to work on it. You know, that's the I just want to get this thing kind of up and running, and then get back again and actually finish his Mom's machine. But see, I can turn it on in the daytime when I want to work on it, and then turn it off, like not go to bed and listen to it and have the heat and everything. And if it's too hot of a day, I won't turn it on, you know, stuff like that. So, and I see that my screen preview is reloading itself, so I think I'll make sure I was still, well, it's supposed to be green, so I should still be all right. But I want to know it was good before I go. But Yeah, I could cram it under the bed. There's room under there. And I couldn't get to none of the wires though, and I couldn't open the lid. That's the thing about it is, you know, they're made to have sliders, and I didn't get any of those, and they're not cheap to buy. I don't know that I could really make them work in my rack because, you know, my rack's a 22-inch rack, and this needs it's actually for a 19-inch rack, which I didn't realize that servers were for 19-inch racks. That's the standard pro audio gear rack size. I thought server racks were, I thought they were either close to the size of this one I have or the same size as this one I have. But I figured that out before I bought it. I looked at the dimensions and I was like, oh. But anyway, I'm going to go now. And yeah, it's been fun and wore me out today, but I'm glad I got this thing. Glad I got it. And I think it's going to work out one way or the other pretty good. All right. Bye-bye.